Are you wondering how I find profitable cars for Turo in 2026? Well, this is going to be the video for you. This is actually piggybacking off of the video that I did almost a year ago when our fleet was about half the size that it is now, and I'll link that video here. This was the original How I Find Profitable Turo Cars, and you'll know that we used to source our vehicles from Facebook Marketplace. Like if you took a look at my screen right now, you'd see there's tons of options here on Facebook Marketplace, but again, click that link in the card that was there before just so you could check out the video and see in depth how I actually search for cars. Now, times have changed. We've actually doubled the size of our fleet, thankfully, and we find cars in a different way now. One of those was actually making relationships with the people that we had purchased off of on Facebook Marketplace. There are a couple people that we ended up purchasing more than one car off of, and that was really something that helped us because they do go to the dealer auctions. They'll let us know, hey, we're thinking about your fleet. This car might be good for you. What do you think? This is around what we think we'd be able to sell the car to you for, all that stuff. So it is good. It hasn't actually yielded too many results for me, but I have found that that was actually a very good thing of them to do, and being able to make a relationship with people is never a bad thing. However, the main way that we find our cars now, of course, as you've seen multiple times on this channel, it is from the auction. So going there to a public auction, since we don't have a dealer's license, we found that the public auctions have pretty good deals, and it doesn't seem to justify me going through the hoops of trying to get a dealer license when I'm not in the business of flipping cars anyway. So the public auction so far has been good, but if we're not finding anything, then I text a couple connections, say, hey, anything you see that might be good for the fleet, the restrictions, the parameters and stuff, and they let me know if they see anything, and of course we're always open to putting a deal together. So let's take a look at my screen again, and I'm going to show you sort of what we do and what is available to you at the auction, because I've taken you a couple times with me, and I highly recommend, if you want to see what it actually looks like, boots on the ground at the auction, check out this video here. But let's look at what the pre-sale list is for the upcoming week at the auction, so you get an idea of sort of what you could find when you're there. So take a look at my screen. I go to Carriage Trade, that's in Conshohocken, PA. And if you look here on their website, you'll see pre-sale listing. So this just shows everything that is currently on the lot. I think you are able to go there later in the week. It's usually on Mondays, but you can go later in the week, walk the lot, check the cars out. You're not allowed to drive them, which is the big concern. That actually happened with our Mirage that we bought a couple weeks ago. We weren't able to drive it really. You kind of just roll back and forth in the spot. And of course, we noticed that the transmission was jerking a little bit, so that was a challenge for us. But anyway, you'll see here you got a 2011 Ford Edge, 2014 Chevy Sonic. Okay, 2014 is within our years that we need for Turo. Currently, odometer is 82,645, so that's good. All right, this could be a car that we'd be interested in, and it looks like their primary market assessment of the vehicle's values $28.50, so that's kind of exactly in the price range that I would be looking for. The only concern is, who knows if it's actually a reliable car, but maybe we make a note of that and we check it out later. 2002, we're disqualified. 2018, good miles, but the probably is going to be a little expensive. A lot of cars that don't have a photo, but a 2016 Mazda 3. Our Mazda 3 did really well for us. It's only got 105,000 miles and could be in the $4,500 range, so that's another one that I would keep an eye out for. There's always a ton of older, higher mileage vehicles, but this is an example of what you'll see when you actually go to the lot. The only downside is it's a little difficult to filter on their website, so how we would go on Facebook and just filter by, like, I want to see Toyotas from 2014 to 2018 with under 130,000 miles. You can't filter for that here, so you kind of just go on a scrolling spree, look for all the stuff that you want, and that's pretty much it. Now, this has been effective for me for multiple reasons. I've been able to go to the auction like you've seen with us, boots on the ground. We're able to walk around. We check the cars. We see which one we like. I usually don't thumb through the website that much. It doesn't really do anything for me. I prefer to go there, walk around, go up and down all the aisles, check out the cars, all of that stuff. And if you'd like to see a video on how I evaluate a car that we're looking at purchasing for our fleet, you could see that video here. Now, keep in mind when you're walking around, like I said, you're not able to test drive them as much, so you will find a little bit of difficulty in being able to assess the car as well. So I would recommend bringing a more advanced scan tool and seeing how you make out with that. But the process is simple. You go there before the auction starts, you walk up and down. I recommend just making a list of all the cars that you're interested in, making sure you're in the right line at the right time, and then just go and make your bids. And good luck to you. I hope that that actually works out. We've been able to purchase 3 cars from auction so far. Our first one was the 2015 Honda Accord. That one has turned out to be a bit of a lemon. Our engine needed to be replaced on it shortly after purchasing it. We did get the engine replaced, so it is finally able to be rented again, thank God. Then we got our 2013 Nissan Altima, which has been an absolute beast. We bought that for $2,500, which is incredible, and that is making $700-800 a month. So that's been an incredible investment that I anticipate a high ROI on, as long as, you know, nothing crazy happens. And then, of course, our newest, the Mitsubishi Mirage, that we're still getting ready. Once that's ready, my goal is to send that up to our second location to be able to test the waters and see how that does. So if you're interested in more detailed strategy on how I actually look for the car, the psychology that I use when I'm actually bidding at auction to try and win these cars at the lower prices, my overall strategy, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to find in Fleet Freedom, which is my school community. So I highly recommend clicking the link in the description, checking out school, and signing up if you're interested. So we are past the founding rate for members, so that means it is up to regular price now. It's going to be $79 a month, but the value is there. Of course, you're going to get access directly to me to be able to ask me questions about your fleet, what you're doing, how can I help, all of that stuff. We have monthly live Q&A calls, or operator calls. We also have the template that I use to be able to track expenses and all of that other stuff. So you'll be able to learn from me, a 15-car operating fleet, someone who does this from anywhere in the world at any time. So if you're someone who wants to buy back your time and build a side hustle or main income that is something that you don't have to be as present for. This is about giving you that lifestyle of a remote CEO. I highly recommend heading over to school, checking out Fleet Freedom, because I think there's going to be a ton of value in there. I'm looking forward to serving you, and thank you so much for being here on YouTube. I think this has been an incredible opportunity to be able to touch people's lives, share what I'm doing with the fleet, and value to hopefully inspire you to get your fleet going as well. We broke 1,000 subscribers faster than I ever thought, and I want to be able to continue delivering that value on how I'm able to find cars, how I'm able to build this business and scale it to multiple locations, and to be able to travel the world and do as I want with my family. It is so important to me, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what is your goal with your Turo fleet. I'd love to know, and let's keep the conversation moving. All right, everybody, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.